Hello, my name is Tanner Litchfield. I am an agent and an investor based here in Utah. Today, I am getting vulnerable and I am talking about all of my L's in chronological order from the beginning of my career. So I'll start with the first one. Now, this is right after I sold my live-in flip in Snohomish, Washington. It was the most money that I had ever seen in my life. And I was on the mentality that I needed to put this to work so that I could get as much cash flow to free up all my time. And so in a way, I had the right intentions, but my biggest lesson here is that I was under the get rich quick vibe here. So my first investment that took an absolute tank was I bought 2 Amazon stores for 40 grand, the ones that are operated by other people. And 6 months later, not a dime. A year later, not a dime. Absolute scam. I wish I would have done my due diligence on this, but don't ever get into Amazon stores that are operated by someone else. Hopefully someone's told you that before, but if not, then learn from me. Okay, so the second big L was that I paid, this was after my live-in flip that I did really well on. I did a couple wholesale deals. I bought a rental or two, and I was feeling pretty cool. So again, this is in 2020, 2021 when everyone was making money and I was one of those naive folks that thought I was doing something special when in reality, the market was just pumping up my ego. I paid someone $20,000 to help me become a coach. This is probably more of an ego thing than anything, but it was way too early for me to become a coach. I did not know enough to where people should have been paying me money to coach them. At least now, hindsight 2020, I believe that. But a lot of those people I still stay in touch with, and now I'm confident that I can provide a lot more value to them now. Even though I don't charge anything, I feel guilty for ever taking their money, and I want to go above and beyond to help them out. Now, the next L, this was a $25,000 commission that I was owed to as a realtor for buying my second live-in flip. Now, I was representing myself. I was a buyer's agent. And keep in mind, I don't know a ton about the agent world. I would never consider myself an agent when I was in Washington. And I had a transaction coordinator that was confused on there where my commission disbursement agreement was never sent. Long story short, I was never paid my 25 grand. I tried to sue them, didn't get much out of it at all. Just a fat L, big learning lesson, blah, blah, blah. It sucks talking about it out loud, but honestly, like I'm used to them and I'm just in a high risk, high reward industry, but there's no excuses for me to take these same L's where I'm at today. Anyways, so the next L was I did a flip with my brother, and this is when the market was starting to turn a little bit. Now, my brother had about 20 grand to his name, his last 20 grand. And he wanted to see it grow. I wanted to see him see the benefits of real estate investing. So I was like, okay, let's do this flip together. You give me your 20 grand. I'll give you a return. I was obviously doing everything. He hadn't even seen the property. I was managing it. We both put some cash in, and total, the deal lost like 40 grand. And so instead of taking my brother's money, I instead just paid him his 20 grand back. I was like, I don't want you to take an L on this one, your first involvement in real estate. And so I took the brunt of the L. I lost all 40 grand. Yeah. So my lesson there was honestly, it was way too early to be raising money from anyone, but from my values, I wasn't going to let my brother lose money on my dime. So I paid him his money back. Now the most recent one, the one that stings the most, is I lost 180 grand on a sub 2 deal that went sideways. The loan product that I took over was the main reason that I got screwed here, but I made another video about this one recently. I jumped on the Bigger Pockets podcast to speak about this. This one's very public, but since we're on the topic of losing money, I had to bring that one in. So obviously this totals up to be like over 300 grand in L's, right? And so a lot of people look at this and say, goodness, why are you still in the industry? Like, this is a lot. Well, on the other side of it, I've had one deal by itself that made me over 350 grand, right? I've had one deal that made me 250 grand. I have a real estate portfolio of 13 units that has a ton of equity that has helped me become closer to financial freedom. So while these L's are scary, I'm in a high risk, high reward industry. It pays off sometimes, it doesn't sometimes. That's where I am. That's the industry I'm in. So real estate is hard. It is a high risk environment, but it pays off if you learn the industry right. And that's what I wanted to share today. If you have any questions about these L's, make sure you comment below and I always reply. So I would love to see your comments in there. Make sure you subscribe. I post more videos just like this. I'd love to see you on the channel.